Welcome, Dayton. The Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies, where we discuss family traditions and discover your legacy. Now, listen with me as we remember what used to be. She is your host and author, and by she, I mean me, Kim Gresham. Hi, and welcome to the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies. I am your host, Kim Gresham. Today it is Friday and it's a beautiful day, and I have the one and only Faith Daniels. Her voice is all over Dayton, and she does great in many things here. And I'm just very excited to have her here. So come on out. Yay. It's Miss Faith.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for thinking of me.
You know what? Anytime I hear people's voice, like on the radio, and then look at them, when I get to finally see them, their voice never matches their face, but yours does.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Usually when I appear different places and people finally meet me, people are kind, but they also say, you sound taller.
Wow.
What they really want to say is, you don't look like that. But, you know, hey, the effort every day is put forward to look like what I sound like.
Right, but
so it's a blessing to be heard.
Yes,
Absolutely.
And I love to hear your voice on the radio. And I just, for a long time, I never met you or never saw you. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
A little MAC and some lipstick. Girl, listen,
Helps
everybody
us
can
all.
be beautiful.
Helps us all. So tell me a little bit about some family traditions.
Well, my family traditions are super special, and they have found their way into my life as an adult. As a child, my mother was a social worker, the first black social worker in Montgomery County, Tennessee, a little town called Clarksville. And her effort was always to do more. Whatever you already got your plan to do, add a more on the end of that. And as the first black social worker, there wasn't a lot for the black families that were on her case roll to happen in the holidays for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, or even back to school. And that was before back to school was even a thing. We're talking early 70s. So my mother, every holiday, our house became Christmas Central, we called it, because my mother would then put together Christmas bags for all of the welfare children on her caseload. And then in the community room, in what we call the housing development, the projects, my sister, who is 5 years older than me, my brother, who's 7 years older than me, and a couple of cousins, we would go as the elves with her to this Christmas party that she would give every single year. So for me, the tradition of giving back before you get was instilled from the time. The first party I remember, I was 4, and I kept thinking the book Santa was white, but this Santa that's sitting in here is black. And I was confused, but I didn't care. I got to be an elf, and each child, I remember they got a bag of fruit and nuts. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
And then they would get a book and they would get a toy of some kind. And none of it was labeled. They just came up one at a time and they got whatever Santa handed them. And I used to giggle because I knew what they were getting because I had wrapped them, me and my sisters the night before. So that was a tradition that I thought was so important. Now, she did it through her work. It was so important for us to continue that tradition because as I got into radio at 14,
wow, really?
14, I won a DJ for a Day contest in Louisville, Kentucky. And being on air that early, you see organizations at all of the holidays rallying to give back to the community. So not only from the age of 4 to 14 was it in my home, then it became a part of what I did as my part-time job. So as I became a for real personality, if that's a thing,
it is a thing.
It became a part of what I thought was super important because people give me their time every single day. You have 1,001 choices. You can listen to any station, any personality, but you choose me every single day. So it was my responsibility that if I have the ability to use my voice to move things in a direction that I can bless it back, that's my responsibility.
Oh my God, that is
So here in Dayton, I did it in Cincinnati, which was where I was prior to me coming here. I was there for 23 years, and then I've been here in Dayton now 12 years. I decided that what I needed to do was continue my mother's legacy as my own. So that's the holiday help out that you hear me do in Trotwood every year, where I move into the firehouse for 3 days, and I literally stay up around the clock receiving food donations for needy families here in the Miami Valley. Now, I have been blessed to partner with the city of Trotwood because they let me move into that firehouse, which is a working firehouse. Okay. So they still go out on calls. Everything still happens like a regular firehouse. Faith's just sitting in the bay begging for food. That's the only difference. We have amazing partners that have come to the table, like Blake Maislin and Alpha Media that I work for, that have literally donated the time for me to do that on the air. So that legacy and the tradition of the holidays should be a time of helping.
Yes.
And at first I started with just doing baskets for families, baskets for families. And then I met with the people from the Good Neighbor House, and they were telling me how there was a food shortage, just a hunger crisis in the Miami Valley. There were families that did not know Monday through Friday where all of their meals were going to come from. So I then widened my scope from feeding 50 families. I went to 110 to 275 as my last year. But it said, after I give you a holiday meal, what else can I do?
Because the more
you get it. Do what you do plus the more. Well, the more was keep the donations rolling, keep the food coming in, because even after I have finished all the baskets, all the overflow goes to food pantries.
Okay.
So that they expressed it to us that at the Good Neighbor House, right after Thanksgiving until about the quarter of the month of December, the shelves go bare because they've helped families, not only the regular families, but more families.
Because of the holidays.
So as of last year, 6,385 pounds just last year that we're able to donate after I filled all the baskets.
Wow, God is
so
increasing. The more.
And it's not like, here goes some food. No. Those Saturday nights in the firehouse, that's me putting your basket together.
Wow.
That's my son. That's my daughter. That's the volunteers that come and help me. Chief Hackey and his beautiful wife literally walked this thing out with me. The mayor from Trotwood, Mayor Mary McDonald, she's over there filling baskets, you know, into the night. And people think this are little elves. Well, I'm still a little elf. I'm still a little elf.
Look at that round circle, just how it comes
but
around.
It's all about giving back. And that's a tradition that my family has come. They sleep in the firehouse with me. They have their own bunk in the firehouse. My daughter has her own bunk, but she chooses to sleep on the floor in there with me as we plan the next day. And when you look at how I'm blessed by blessing people, one, I'll never meet because I work with organizations to come and pick up those bags and deliver them. I work with churches so that after Sunday service, they can get their bags in the basement of the church. They never see me. And I don't shame people. Come on, let's take a picture. I don't do that. So if you go to the website, you'll see me doing the work. You won't see me embarrassing families unless they ask for a picture. I don't do that because my mother taught me one thing. If you're going to give, you're going to help, you leave them with their dignity.
Oh, yes.
Leave them with their dignity and help quietly.
Yeah, because it's not for everybody to see.
That is correct. So when people say, well, she's always bragging about this food drive, yes, I am, because I know the families that ate Thanksgiving dinner. Blake Maislin steps to the table every year and puts a $50 gift card in every one of the bags that I give away because, yes, I'm giving you food. What if you need diapers? What if you need toilet paper? What if you need some medicine that you can't afford? That $50 Visa gift card is going to let you do a little bit more than just eat for the holiday. And that's the word. The more. The more.
Now, see this right here, like these interviews, I'm telling you, they bless me in so many ways, and the more is going to stay with me.
I hope so.
the more is definitely going to stay with me when I'm trying to do what it is that I'm trying to do and trying to help somebody.
That's right.
You know, I need to get in there and really try to do more as far as giving back.
That's
I
right.
know that, definitely, but it is the more. I'm
more.
definitely going to remember that. So, well, I am just so blown away. You move into this firehouse and your kids and everything. That is just so beautiful. I'm blown away by that.
Well,
So
it's a
tell me-
passion. It's just a
Yes.
passion to help.
And the fact that your mom started this and you was doing that at 4.
And I felt some kind of way, honestly, because I felt like, why can't I go to a Christmas party? Why can't I be on the receiving end of somebody making me feel so special? I'm a part of the behind the scenes. I don't want to be behind the scenes. I want somebody to call me up and give me a gift. But what that made me understand at a very early age, somebody's got to do it.
And if not me, who?
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. I love that your mom instilled that in you. Do you have any grandbabies yet?
I do not. I have a grand dog. I
A
have a
grand-
grand dog.
Okay,
Yes.
we love grand dogs.
Yes,
I have
and he is a toddler. And
I have a toddler
It's time for
myself.
him to go home.
Ooh.
He is a toddler, absolutely.
What kind of dog is he?
I
Do you
don't know.
He's small.
He is little, and his name is Benjamin Danny Daniels.
Oh, he got a whole middle
He
name.
has a whole name, absolutely. And he is amazing. He is sweet. Dogs are what you put into them. What
Yes.
you give them, they
Yes,
give that
they
back.
give that
and
back.
just like children. So I don't have grandchildren yet, but when I do, Lord bless and the creek don't rise, there are a couple of traditions that I do with my own children that I will do with them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that you're going to take them with you to the fire station?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the firehouse is just the thing that we've done in Dayton. But since my children were 3 and 5, one Christmas morning, because I travel a lot, I work a lot in a bunch of markets their entire life. So they've known hotels and backstage and limos and catering, and they've been able to do their thing and grow up within that and not be crazy.
Okay.
And the Lord has blessed me.
God is
and
good.
not be crazy. One of the things that I just kept thinking, I'm just giving them a disservice because they don't have quote unquote regular things that go on in their life like regular kids. And I noticed one Christmas morning, everything was opened and my daughter said one thing, what are we gonna do now? Our life was such a show all the time.
Right,
She
so
knew
she-
how, when the car service got there, she knew her bag needed to be ready. She knew her doll babies needed to go if they were going or they were going to get left. She felt like there needed to be something more that I got toys.
Right.
Play was fun. What are we going to do now?
Because she was so used to going.
Doing something.
Yes.
So rather than us go and do something fun, down in Cincinnati, we went to the drop-in center.
Okay.
I made a call and I said, can we come and just help serve? And the lady said, Christmas morning? I said, you have homeless people there Christmas morning. You have need of people. I want my children to understand from a very early age, just because you have, you just don't stop there. And what you have may not necessarily all be for you.
Right.
So when we went that Christmas morning, they didn't know where they were going. We get to the drop-in center, and in good conscience, I told them, you stay close to me, do what I tell you to do,
Of course.
and you listen, and you give respectfully.
Respectfully.
Just that simple. So we go in, and the kids literally put on an apron and a hairnet with some little plastic gloves. Trinity was on bread, Matthew was on milk. Those are the youngest two. She put the bread on the plate, he gave him a milk. So as people were going through, people were saying very encouraging things to the clients. They were saying very encouraging things. God bless you. It's going to turn around. Happy holidays. Your hair looks pretty. Hey, handsome. Things that if you're in a homeless situation, that one phrase can change your moment.
Yeah, you don't even have to be homeless. Right.
It can do
yes,
that.
Good words always
So
feel
I go
good.
and we're doing it. This is Christmas Day. We're doing it. And I go to check on them. And I hear my daughter saying, God bless you, your hair's pretty. God bless you, your jacket's cute. You know, but it was what she heard me saying. It's what she watched me doing that allowed her to figure out her place in the give back in the moment. So this is now 2023. Every Christmas morning, I don't care what's under that tree, we don't open a thing until we have gone and done something to give back. If we can't find a soup kitchen, if we can't find an opportunity, we then go to where we know a woman's shelter, a gentleman's shelter, and we drop off, we serve, we do whatever they will allow us to do before we open one gift. That's every Christmas morning. And I'm going to tell you, some of the stuff that's been under that tree, they are just, are you serious? I can't open this and I don't know. Until we have served, we don't open a gift.
Wow, that is so deep.
It is.
Yes, that is deep, and that is just going to be ingrained in them, and they have no choice but to.
It's in you now.
Right, it's in you, and they're going to teach it to their kids, and it's going to just go on down the line. I'm like bubbling on the inside because it's just so beautiful.
Well,
I just love
we're
it.
blessed.
Yes,
we are blessed.
And the more it comes back to you, whether
absolutely.
whether you see it or not, it comes back to
Absolutely.
you. Absolutely. Well, let me ask you the legacy question. If you were to leave this earth today, because when I started this was 2020, you know, we was going through the pandemic and we were losing a lot of people. So if you were to leave this earth today, what legacy?
I really want to believe the legacy that is near and dearest to my heart. I helped somebody. And I was here.
And you was here.
I was here, and I did something with the time God gave me. And I did it for him. He says, if you feed my people, that's what he said. He didn't say give them clothes.
Right.
He said clothe them, all of that. But he said, if you feed my people, and what I don't understand people these days, how can you have so much and not give some away?
People are just selfish. They're
How
just
can
really
you have
different.
so much and not give something away? So my legacy, I pray that she was here, number one. She used what God gave her to help somebody else. And every platform I use to be able to give back. If it's not my mission or my vision, how can I use my platform to support your platform, whatever it is? There are a lot of things I just can't do.
Right.
I'm one person, say 24 hours in a day,
Right.
but how can I use my platform to support a good work? And how can I support things that I know God would be proud of? And that's one thing I want people to understand about me. If I say no, if I don't support, if I'm not there, it's because I've prayed about it. People don't really go in for that these days, but that's how I live my life.
Right.
And whatever people ask me to do, whatever people ask me to participate in, a prayer has gone forth before I show up or before I decline. I have asked God, is this what you want me to do? Will this further the brand that you are building for me? Not that I'm building, that you're building for me. Will it further the brand? Will it be an extension of what you're doing in me? And when I feel he has said what he needs to say, I'll accept or I'll decline. And when people say, well, she's funny acting, she don't do everything for everybody, you're right.
And that's right.
You're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. That is so beautiful. So I'm so glad you're here. So you prayed to come here. And
Absolutely.
He said, yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yes.
One of the
is
things
wonderful.
that people don't know, that I've been the Gospel Superfest voice for more than 20 years. Gospel Superfest was never just a quote unquote thing I did. It was something that God brought into my life in a time that allowed me to use my voice to further the kingdom. So when you think about what I associate my voice with, what I associate my brand with, if he doesn't give it the stamp of approval, because every time I've gone off on my own, doing whatever I think I should do, however I think I should do it, it does not give the results that is if he was involved. It just doesn't. I've learned the hard
completely.
way.
Well, we all have, because we always feel like we can do a little better, or that, you know, we have it.
And it looks good.
Yeah. And
It
that we have
sounds
it.
good.
But he laughs at our plans.
Yes, and he makes
does.
us follow his own.
Yes, he does.
Every
You are
time.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
You so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And sharing your traditions with me. And this has been a great meeting. My jaws are hurting because I'm just smiling so bright because you're just
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. Thank you. And this is our end of our interview right now.
And that's crazy that it's the last show, too,
This
of
is
this
the last
season.
show of the season, season 2. I'm going to go back and, like you said, revamp and come up with some new things and pray about it
That's
first
it.
to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and moving in the right area. Pray to make sure that whatever I do next is moving my brand forward,
That's
the
right.
Little Green Dress brand forward.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm taking all these gems in.
I
Yes,
love it.
I am. I'm taking them all in, and I'm going to always look for
More. The more. What more can I do?
do?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for coming out. It's been a blessing and a pleasure to have you.
It's been my pleasure to be
All
here.
right. Thank you so much. All right. This has been the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies. I am here with Faith Daniels, the voice of Dayton, Ohio. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies. Don't forget, you can see all our videos on my YouTube channel under the same name, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can purchase the Little Green Dress coloring books and books from Amazon.com, also from the Little Green Dress online. Thank you.